With new alchemical Hydrix jewelry being released, now is as good a time as ever to get into Soul Reaper. But what is Soul Reaper and why should you do it? Soul Reaper is a type of boss slayer that was released on the 18th of August in 2014. It involved helping Death harvest the souls of various bosses by killing them while you're on an assignment. These assignments, called Reaper tasks, give Slayer experience and Reaper points, which can be spent on various rewards. To start this activity, you're going to want to go to Death's office, which is located by a portal next to the Draenor Village lodestone. Another way to get to Death's office is to go through the portal at the PVM hub. Death assigns bosses based on combat level. So for instance, at level 60 combat, you're only going to be able to get things like Calphite Queen and the Giant Mole. But once you hit level 90 combat, you can get the Corporal Beast and things like God Wars. And at level 120 combat, you unlock the ability to get any boss as an assignment. Now, before you get an assignment, you'll want to decide if you want to enable to kill group bosses like Virago and Solok. You can enable these in the Slayer sections of your setting menu by checking the box. You can also extend the amount of boss kills Death gives you, which will double the amount normally assigned. When starting out, you'll want to get a task from Death. Now, you may reroll your tasks up to 5 times a day, but there is a drawback. For each time you reroll your task, Death will grow more and more tiresome with you and will diminish your point rewards by 25% for each reroll. But the first reroll is free, so you should always use that. Since this is Boss Slayer and not Normal Slayer, you'll receive XP at the end of the assignment and not when each boss is killed, and Slayer Helmet will not work for these tasks. Now that you know how to get started with Soul Reaper, let's go take a look at all those nice rewards that you can claim in Death's Store. In Death's Store, you can purchase a multitude of rewards. First, you can purchase Death's Notes, which can be used with the Hydrix to create a Book of Death. Next, you can purchase the Incomplete Hydrix, which is by far the most valuable item from the shop. It costs 300 Reaper points and is currently valued at a 27.6 mil GE price. However, as of a recent update, it has gone up much more and is continuing to rise. This is used to create jewelry like the Amulet of Souls, Reaper Necklace, Death Touch Bracelet, and is now going to be used to make the new Alchemical Hydrix jewelry. Next, we have all the tiers of aura refreshes, which you can have the option to buy with Reaper or Slayer points. This is a good way to get aura refreshers if you need one in a pinch, as the PVM Hub shop doesn't always sustain your auras if you do a lot of high level PVM and use a lot of those Berserker auras, so I would definitely recommend to buy aura refreshers here if you need them in a pinch. Next and last on the item page is Death Steel. It's an item that reduces the degradation of armor and weapons by 50% on your next death and costs 25 Reaper points to buy. It's really not worth it anymore, as if you have a Ring of Death, there's really no reason to buy this, as your weapons and armor won't degrade when you die. Now we move on to the Unlock tab. We have the Majra Aura first, which can be bought for a whopping 1,000 Reaper points. And it's an aura that increases the damage you deal in your Divine Location cap by 5% for 1 hour each day. This was previously given to Premier Club members, and it's a decent aura to have, but in my opinion, it's really not worth the huge price tag, as 1,000 Reaper points is going to take you a very, very long time to get, and you can buy 3 Hydrixes with that, which I think is much more worth it than this aura. Next, you need to spend 500 points to unlock the ability to make the Book of Death, which is really not worth it, as nobody really uses it anymore, and it's pretty outdated considering all the things you can use in its place. Now, Reaper's Choice, on the other hand, is definitely a worthwhile unlock. It costs 250 points, and it gives you a 10% chance of being able to choose your Reaper's assignment when receiving a new one. So this is good if you've been doing, a lot of Telos. You want a Telos Reaper task. So you'll go and you'll choose Telos as your Reaper task. It only happens 10% of the time, but it does also happen on rerolls, so this is a really, really good unlock to get. Rainbow and Grave Loot Beam are just cosmetic overrides for your loot beam that, give you a pretty nice looking loot beam. Bonfire Boost, on the other hand, increases the duration of your bonfire boost by 25%. Instance costs will reduce the cost of buying a boss instance by 25%. You can also unlock the ability to buy further Reaper assignments with Slayer points, so 250 Slayer points will get you an additional Reaper task that day. Death support doubles the amount healed from a sign and portent of life and death. Now, this isn't a thing most people will want, but it could be very, very useful for a hardcore Iron Man, as it could save your life. Finally, the Ring of Death O means that Death can now quintuple the charge capacity of your Ring of Death, which is very useful as an upgrade if you always forget to charge your ring like me, or you simply just die a lot. Now we are going to go into the last portion of this guide, which is the different rewards you can get. Now, the Reaper title is received for killing each boss once. The Vanquisher set is gotten from killing 250 to 5,000 bosses, with which a certain number of kills on each boss. Final Boss is received when killing 5,000 bosses, with 100 kills on each. And Insane Final Boss title is received for doing the same thing, but with every single boss pet unlocked, as well as 100 hard mode kills on each boss. Death Scythe and Tiny Death Pet are cosmetics that are unlocked after completing 100 and 200 Reaper tasks respectively. So these are some titles and cosmetics that you can get from, killing various bosses. This really doesn't have anything to do with Reaper except the Death Scythe and the Tiny Death. But for Final Boss, Insane Final Boss, the Vanquisher outfit, and the Reaper title, those are more from just doing bosses in general, but you do come here to claim them, I believe. Now you might be asking yourself, what is the best way to go about doing your Reaper's tasks and unlocking rewards? Well, I usually go and get a task every day and try to reroll into what I'm doing that day. So if I've been doing a lot of Elite Dungeon, I'll try to get a Siryu task. Of course, if you're really after making money from the points and getting the task done as possible, you can do one of the first 2 tasks he gives you and you'll get the most points. However, you need to remember that harder bosses are going to give you more points and more XP. In terms of unlocks, I would definitely recommend getting Death's Choice as soon as possible. It really helps in letting you be able to pick and choose your assignments more often, and just is a really great perk to be able to pick what type of boss you want to kill. After that is where the big money comes in, and this is of course buying Hydrixes. I really hope this guide helped those of you wanting to get into Soul Reaper, as it's a really worthwhile daily to do every day and can lead to a lot of fun group and solo PvM experiences, and you'll get even better rewards. With the Hydrix going up so much in price lately because of the new alchemical Hydrix jewelry that is coming, it's really a worthwhile thing to do, and I definitely recommend getting into it. So hopefully this guide has given you all you need, and thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you subscribe and like this video. Turn on your notifications if you haven't already, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you out.